Hello, we are SIAT 312 Team 22. My name is Evelyn Zhang, and these are my teammates, Matthew, Nathan, Kelly, Michelle, and Bruce. This is our project once I heard someone got rich by NFT. First, let me introduce what NFT is. Standing for non-fungible token, it is a digital asset that is linked to digital contents like images, art, music, in-game items, and videos, providing proof of ownership. They can be bought and sold online at fluctuating prices, usually with cryptocurrency. Unlike cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, the non-fungibility makes every NFT unique and can't be replaced with something else. Our game's main goal is to create a transformative experience to induce curiosity or understanding of NFTs. To do this, we employ many types of Lazarus fun, including transformative fun, easy fun, and hard fun. Transformative fun refers to how fun in games can be used to have players either reflect on the real world or themselves regarding the situation the game covers. Easy fun focuses on the enjoyment of the experience of playing the game with fun scenarios that expands the player imagination. Finally, hard fun focuses on challenge, strategy, and problem solving.
So our project is a board game about NFTs. We try to demonstrate the whole process of NFT tradings in a simple way, from buying, selling, to different negative consequences that may happen during or after NFT transactions. So the goal of our project is to draw everyone's attention to the negative side of NFTs. We all know that NFTs now is one of the most popular things all over the world. People being rich, losing their money because of NFT investment. We want to let everyone, especially NFT owners or potential owners, understand that NFT will actually create a lot of unexpected negative consequences while trading. As more tradings happen, the energy cost of each trading actually becomes greater, and as a result, it consumes more energy, which is actually unnecessary, considering our planet right now is facing a lot of environmental problems.
The first thing we did when we started our process is research. While NFTs were a topic that some of us had encountered before, the truth was that we didn't know a whole lot about them. So we did research on our topic from as many different angles as we could. We found articles from art fields, computer science fields, and even legal fields. And in almost all of them, we saw two recurring themes: the environmental impact of NFTs and illegality surrounding them. On the environmental side of things, we found sources detailing the massive energy consumption of NFTs as the result of being a digital asset on the blockchain. We found one article that we referenced quite a bit, which gave a formula to figure out how much energy one NFT transaction would cost. And if we did the math right, one NFT purchase can cost as much energy equivalent to running a microwave on high for about a week. This was an insane statistic that we had found, which actually became the source for a key gameplay mechanic in our game, as we'll demonstrate shortly. On the legal side of things, we found several accounts of people's interactions with fraudulent or otherwise legal NFT transactions, whether that be just a straight up scam or people stealing other people's arts to use as NFTs. There was just a whole plethora of these kinds of things. What was interesting, in fact, is that we found that during our research process, a large-scale legal bill in the United States was passed containing restrictions to digital assets such as NFTs in an attempt to deter illegal transactions surrounding them. This was the moment that more or less affirmed to us that our topic was indeed relevant and that our project could be a truly transformative and informative one.
As seen in the small sample of tweets, many people do not have a good understanding on what an NFT is. While a large amount of documentation regarding NFTs can be found online, most of it is written for those with pre-existing knowledge about blockchain technology. For a layman, the most accessible source of information is often from celebrities or social media figures who provide very surface-level explanation or promotion of the NFT market. A game significantly reduces the barrier of entry and allows players to learn about concepts relevant to NFT technology through gameplay, thus providing them with the tools to conduct further research without being overwhelmed by unfamiliar jargon. By playing our game, players are given the opportunity to experience the volatility of the NFT market without real financial risk. Players may come out of the game a millionaire or in heavy debt. but through the course of playing, they will have to experience the impact it has on not only themselves, but also other people, including other players, artists, and minorities, as well as on the environment. Next, we will show a demonstration of the game itself.
In our game, players will take turns traversing the board and buying and selling NFT cards, trying to make the most money by the end of the game. NFT cards will consist of an image as well as several price tiers. At the start of each round, a 4-sided die will be rolled to determine the current price tier of all NFT cards in play. This price is what players will reference when buying and selling NFT cards. NFT cards will be added to the NFT stream as players buy existing NFT cards and as new rounds start. NFT cards may also come in collections, which can be sold together for maximum profit. Players may choose to buy NFT cards before they roll the die to move, but their decision to do so may be affected by the tiles they encounter on the board. NFT tiles let players buy an NFT card for half its current price tier, making it easier to make profit off them. Sell tiles let players sell their NFT cards. While players may also sell NFT cards through the game's auction function, sell tiles are a safer way to make money because unlike the auction function, they guarantee a full price sale. Event tiles make players draw event cards and resolve the effects on them. These events can be good or bad and greatly affect the outcome of the game. Risky tiles make players draw risky event cards. These cards represent illegal NFT transactions and may result in players having their NFTs confiscated for zero profit. Finally, expense tiles make the players draw expense cards, which represent real-world expenses outside of NFTs that the players must pay. All of these tiles may affect player decision, but the things that are constantly looming over the players are the power breaker and blockchain counters. Whenever an NFT card is bought or sold, the blockchain counter will be increased by 1. Then, the number on the blockchain counter will be added to the power breaker counter. This is to represent how NFT transactions add to an extending blockchain and cost more and more energy as each transaction is made. Of course, energy consumption exists outside of NFTs, and to represent this, at the end of each round, players will roll a 20-sided die and add the number rolled to the power breaker counter. Once the power breaker counter reaches a value greater than 100, a disaster event occurs.
Next, we'd like to talk about our iterative process and how it affected our overall end result. Our ideas and hopes going into this was to make a game whose target audience were teenagers and young adults, who's 15 and up, to try to teach them a bit about this concept of NFTs. With that in mind, we began brainstorming and creating very rough ideas about the game. Our first iteration were a mess. They lacked dilemmas that made the game fun. Getting into debt was super easy, while getting out was almost impossible, as buying and selling NFT were purely restricted to landing on a tile. This was done to make NFT hard to sell, as there are plenty that have a difficult time selling.
Overall, this interfered with the desired impact of the game. The actions of the game were so few and far between that players couldn't really reflect on what they were doing, which impeded not only the understanding, but also the fun. We might as well have made them read our research notes at that point. However, as we progressed through iterations and got more feedback, we began to counter these issues. NFTs could be bought without the use of landing on a tile, but the tile still existed to make profiting off of NFTs easier, as it allowed them to be bought at half price. The sell tile still existed, but it was just a means of guaranteeing that the players got full value for the NFT. If they sold without it, then they would risk not getting that full value of the sell. This led to players having dilemmas to ponder, which ultimately made the game more fun. It also made them react to the consequences, as there were more event cards going around the board that players were reading aloud and trying to solve. All of this in turn led to very positive playtesting sessions, where people not only stated that they learned something, but also that they had fun.